Welcome to another 5-minute session, and I will continue with some UV this time as well, because I was thinking that we create a tile wall using only plane by changing in the UV map instead of doing a lot of formulas up here. So we can start right away by doing one tile the brick way. So I press Shift A, select texture, and select brick texture. Then, as you know by now, I changed the offset to 0 and the scale to 1. I can take down this little bit so you can see the complete brick texture. And I set the brick width to 1 and the row height to 1. Now we can connect the UV and the color here and go to render view so you can see it. And then I take up the mortar size and some mortar smoothness. So we have this tile here. And now I would like to use the UV to make a complete tile wall out of this little material here. So I will not change anything up here. I will just change in the UV to do stuff and also a little bit on the model. So if I drag here to create a new window and I select the UV editor here and go to tab here, you can now see that the plane is on the complete space here. But what we can do is really that we can subdivide this into several planes. So if I just right click, select subdivide, and I can select, let's say 4 here, then I get a nice looking tile wall here. But still everything looks the same. Nothing is changed because together, if I select all of these by pressing A, together these will be the range 0 to 1. So we start with 0 and then it goes up to here to 1. So every one of these is just part of that complete texture. But if I now use UV and reset, as I said before in the last session, you get everything to be one little tile here. Because now every face here that you have, that face and every face here have a UV space between 0 and 1. And then you can do like this, that you can select the arrows here, UV sync selection, it's what it says. If you select that, then you can select something on this page. We can press number 3 because then we get to use the spaces up here, or the faces, and then you can click on these here. And when you click on those, you then select the same UV here or the same face here, because these two, they synchronize what you're using on this side will also be on this side. So if you activate or select something here, it will be selected there, nothing else. That means that we can work with single face at a time. So if I now would like this to be a bit smaller, I can just scale this a bit up here. You can see it's shrinking here. So just scale it up a bit like that. And you can see now it looks different compared to the others. And I can select something else. And then I can rotate it a bit, perhaps, like that. And so on. And I can rotate that by pressing R. And that by pressing R. And make that a bit bigger or smaller, yes, so we have something that is a little bit. And then we can also use other ways, so we can move it a bit. So I can select one thing, just G for grab, and then just move it up a bit so we don't have everything in a perfect order. We can take that one and move that by pressing G and so on. So you can, by this, manipulate the UV and then create non-perfect tile wall where we have misaligned some of these, and we have some that are bigger, some are smaller, and so on, and make it looking more real. But we are using only the UV, so this is just to create one simple tile, and then we just use the UV here to destroy things. And we can also use only a dot or a vertex if we want to. So if I select this one, then it's only that vertex that I move. So then I can also move it in this direction. But since every UV phase is like connected to each other still, it will also change everything that is around that. But that is how you can manipulate with UV to create stuff. So hopefully you understand UV a little bit more now, and I see you in the next session. So I just say bye for now.